Have you ever wondered if the solutions to life's challenges are hidden in the wisdom of the past? Well, brace yourselves, because we're about to embark on a journey that's going to take us back over 2,000 years to a time when a group of wise individuals discovered some of life's most profound truths. We'll start by understanding the Stoic acceptance of things we cannot control, then shift our focus to the power of perspective. 2, we'll delve into the Stoic emphasis on living in the present and the importance they placed on self-discipline and integrity. 3, we'll explore how Stoicism helps us embrace change and question the pursuit of material wealth. 4, we'll learn how to manage our emotions, Stoic style, and finally, grasp the importance of personal responsibility. Each lesson holds its unique value, and the final one might just surprise you. It's a lesson many of us tend to overlook, yet it's one that could completely transform the way we view life. So are you ready to unravel the wisdom of the past to shape a better future? Let's unravel these timeless truths that could potentially change your life. Number 1, acceptance of what you cannot control. Imagine yourself in ancient Rome, where the concept of Stoicism took root. Picture walking alongside philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, who recognized the futility of worrying about life's uncontrollable elements. They didn't waste energy trying to command the weather, halt time, or dictate others' actions. Instead, they focused on what they could control: their reactions, their thoughts, their decisions. Picture yourself in their sandals, embracing the first Stoic lesson: acceptance of what you cannot control. It's about discerning between what's within your power and what's beyond it. It's about letting go of the uncontrollable and channeling your energy toward your sphere of influence. Take a leaf from the Stoic book and strive to master your reactions instead of attempting to master the world. The world is a vast, unpredictable ocean, and you are the captain of your ship. Remember, it's not the storm outside that matters, it's how you navigate your ship. Number 2, the power of perspective. What if the way you see things could change everything? This powerful question introduces us to the second Stoic lesson, the power of perspective. You see, Stoicism teaches us that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but rather our interpretation of these events. Consider a sudden downpour. To a farmer, it's a blessing, nourishing the crops. But to a bride on her wedding day, it might feel like a disaster. Same event, different interpretations. Much like this, we encounter various situations in our daily lives. A job loss could be seen as a setback, or it could be viewed as an opportunity to explore new career paths. A disagreement could be a cause for conflict, or a chance to understand diverse perspectives. The key here is to remember that our power lies not in controlling events, but in how we interpret and react to them. Remember, the same event can be a tragedy or an opportunity, depending on how you see it. Number 3, living in the present. Have you ever found yourself trapped in the past or anxious about the future? The third lesson from the Stoic philosophers nudges us toward the importance of living in the present moment. The past, with its triumphs and tribulations, is a ghost, while the future, with its hopes and fears, is a dream. Both are untouchable, unchangeable. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most notable Stoics, beautifully articulated this wisdom. He wrote, "Do not waste the remaining part of your life in thoughts about others. Be content with the present." This is not a call to abandon ambition or foresight, but a gentle reminder that the here and now is where life happens, where joy is felt, and where peace is found. It is an invitation to fully engage with the world around us, to savor experiences and to truly live, not merely exist. Remember, the present moment is all we truly have. Number 4, self-discipline and integrity. In a world full of shortcuts, what if the true path lies in self-discipline and integrity? Picture an athlete at the peak of their game. It's not just their physical prowess that sets them apart, but their unwavering discipline and dedication to their craft. This same principle applies to our everyday lives. Stoicism, as taught by philosophers like Epictetus, encourages us to exercise self-control and align our actions with our deepest values. It's about choosing the path of integrity, even when no one is watching. It's about resisting the fleeting allure of instant gratification and investing in long-term growth. Think of self-discipline as the backbone of success and integrity as the compass guiding our decisions. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." What he meant is that our true freedom lies not in satisfying our desires, but in controlling them. Remember, freedom lies not in satisfying desires, but in controlling them. Number 5, embracing change. What if change is not something to fear, but something to embrace? This is the 5th lesson from Stoic philosophy, the idea of welcoming change as a natural and necessary part of existence. Stoics saw change as an inherent part of the universe, much like the changing of the seasons or the ebb and flow of the tide. They recognized that change is not only unavoidable, but it's also a source of growth and opportunity. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once wrote, "As the same fire consumes wood and makes it ashes, so the same experience consumes events and makes them wisdom." This transformative view of change encourages us not just to passively accept change, but to actively seek it out and use it as a catalyst for personal growth. So the next time you're faced with change, don't resist it, embrace it. Remember, change is the universe's way of manifesting its dynamism. Number 6, the futility of material pursuits. In a world obsessed with material wealth, what if true richness lies within? This thought forms the crux of our 6th Stoic lesson. Stoicism challenges the modern narrative of equating success with material accumulation. It urges us to shift our focus from external treasures to cultivating an inner richness. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This profound insight urges us to question our desires, to seek satisfaction not in possessions, but in contentment. It's about recognizing that the pursuit of material wealth often leads to an unquenchable thirst, a cycle of wanting more. Instead, Stoicism proposes a radical idea. True wealth comes from having few wants. It's about understanding that happiness derived from material things is fleeting, while inner contentment is enduring. Remember, true wealth is not having many possessions, but having few wants. Number 7, managing emotions. What if managing emotions is not about suppressing them, but understanding and navigating them effectively? Stoicism, a philosophy from over 2 millennia ago, teaches us just that. Contrary to popular belief, Stoics were not about emotional suppression. They instead advocated for emotional intelligence. They understood that emotions are a natural part of human experience, not something to be feared or avoided. So, how do we apply this ancient wisdom to our lives today? It starts with acknowledging our emotions. We must not shun what we feel, but rather accept it, understand it. Is it anger? Is it fear? Is it joy? Identifying our emotions is step 1. Next, we must examine the root cause. Why do we feel this way? What event or thought triggered this emotion? By understanding the source, we can better navigate our emotional landscape. Finally, we must guide our emotions constructively. Harness the energy of your emotions to fuel positive actions, not destructive ones. Remember, mastering emotions starts with understanding them. Number 8, the importance of personal responsibility. What if you are the sum of your choices? This is the pivotal question posed by Stoicism when it comes to personal responsibility. It's a lesson that urges us to take ownership of our actions, our decisions, and ultimately our lives. Think of your choices as the brushstrokes in the grand painting that is your life. Each choice, no matter how minor it may seem, adds a stroke of color, shaping the overall picture. When we take responsibility for those choices, we essentially take control of the brush and consciously create our own masterpiece. This Stoic lesson also highlights that our character isn't defined by what happens to us, but by how we respond. It's not the circumstances that shape us, but our choices within those circumstances. So when faced with a decision, big or small, remember this. It's not just a choice, it's a brushstroke in your masterpiece. Remember, your character is the sum of your choices. So, are you ready to incorporate these Stoic lessons into your life? We've journeyed through 10 profound teachings, each holding the potential to bring about transformation. From accepting what you can't control, to understanding the power of perspective, from living in the present to practicing self-discipline and integrity. We've seen the beauty of embracing change, the futility of purely material pursuits, and the art of managing emotions. And finally, we've underscored the importance of personal responsibility. These are not just philosophical musings, but practical tools, keys to unlock a more fulfilling, more serene life. The time is ripe to put them into action. Try to apply these lessons in your everyday life. Remember, it's not about making grand changes overnight, but about gradual, consistent growth. Remember, wisdom is not about knowing, but about doing. So start applying these lessons today and see how they transform your life.